So I've been driving around for a couple of weeks, daily driving it, doing burnouts, doing donuts, doing some drifting. The NATs are the business, in my opinion. I really love these. These are really good fun. They just have super finite limits. That's the thing. Don't go try to make 400 horsepower, 500 horsepower with one of these. You won't. You need to buy rods. You need to buy a bunch of stuff for the engine that, to be honest, it doesn't need. Just enjoy it around that 300 horsepower range. Also, turbo sizing. That is just a super hot topic of discussion right now. At least I've seen in the Facebook groups and stuff. If you want response, get a little baby turbo. This one ate rocks, dirt, everything. We took it out to mess around with it right before King of Hammers last year. The filter fell off, and I didn't even notice. It was still making 20 pounds the whole time. That means that everything that ate up these impellers went straight into the engine, and the old engine ate it, no problem. But if you want response, get a small turbo. This is a TO4E. It had a 0.63 back housing. This is a HE341. That's a 9 cm back housing, so that's like a 0.65 AR. That's cool, but it's never gonna respond like a tiny turbo will. Smaller turbo, the better the response. It's that simple. You don't really need to complicate it. If you have that tiny turbo and a free-flowing exhaust, that one was fully spooled up, 15 PSI, right around 2,000 RPM on this thing. So that's, about 1,000 RPM better response than the HE341 that's on it right now. So yeah, if you want to make big power, you're going to need a bigger turbo. I'm not trying to make big power with this setup though, because it's an NAT. And that's something that's really important. People need to understand. You can't make power with these. It's just not, it doesn't work. The only reason I put a bigger turbo on this one this time is because I like it. I like a little bit of lag, actually. It's not bad. I have a 6-speed transmission in this car. It's a BMW S6-37DZ. So if I need boost, all I do is downshift, and boom, I always have another gear. I don't need crazy response, and crazy response is what's gonna end up killing the rods on these things long term. Also, high boost pressure on the top will kill the rods, obviously. But yeah, turbo sizing, man, there doesn't need to be this crazy debate about, HX30, HX35, HY35W, HE350. That's all stupid, dude. It's all absolutely asinine. If you want crazy response, get an EFR, get a Garrett G Series, get a Pulsar, get any of those triple ball bearing ceramic turbos. It's gonna respond better than this journal bearing junk from the 80s. These aren't amazing turbos. That's not the point of running it. The point of running something like an HE341, Cat 325C, any of these other turbos that I've ran, it's reliability. This turbo will go 1,000,000 miles with this setup. It's nowhere near being pushed. At 20 PSI on this engine, that's like stock. When's the last time you saw a stock Cummins have a turbo failure? It's not a very common thing. A stock 24 valve Cummins, I should say, have a turbo failure. It's not very common. If you want crazy response, get a small one, get a ball bearing one, do that. I don't want crazy response with this setup. I had crazy response. It was great. I like this better. Don't ask me why. I just like turbo cars, man. That's my thing.